Hey guys, it's Sunday evening, about what is it, 7 o'clock. Today was an absolutely gorgeous day, sunny, 22 Celsius, like 71 degrees Fahrenheit. It's fantastic for this time of year. So I took the opportunity to clean some stuff up in the yard, move shit around. I cut the dash out of what was left of that 51 cab. There's the dash there, and I brought my 51 or my 50 Ford into the shop because I don't want to leave it outside for a winter. So it's kind of like having an old friend back, and might be able to putter around with it, in my spare time. Yeah, well, what spare time? What else? Yeah, so this morning, before it got warm, I did finish up all the welding and grinding on those door gaps, so it's done. I'm quite pleased with the way it turned out. And, from the comments and stuff that I got, both from YouTube and Facebook, there was a lot of suggestions and a lot of feedback, and I appreciate it. I think the way I ended up doing it worked out the best for me. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. So I loaded up the rest of that carcass of the 51 cab into my square body. I'm going to haul that to the scrapyard tomorrow, and when I get back from the scrapyard, I'm going to get on the inner fenders. I want to get them in epoxy, and I want to be able to assemble the whole front clip, see how everything fits, make sure everything fits before I get into the heavy body work. And yeah, I also want to seal where I did the work around the doors with epoxy. So yeah, we'll get that done, and then might even get started on the box sides. So tomorrow morning, we'll see you then. For the rest of the evening, I'm going to go to the beer fridge and have a beer and call it a night in a little while. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so yeah, best laid plans didn't quite work out. Got busy and actually haven't been able to do much out here for a couple of days. But anyway, I'll show you the gaps. So pretty good, even all the way. I'm happy with that. It's the front one, back gap. So that's all done. So now I'm going to turn my attention to inner fenders. I'm going to move the truck back and give myself some room. Both of these inner fenders are in pretty damn good shape. I'm going to get rid of the wiring and fill a couple of holes. And there's one little minor rust repair to do right here. And that's about it. But I'll flip this thing over. I don't know if you can see the mark there. I'm going to have to clearance my control arm and motor mount. This here, because I don't want to look in the engine bay and see, suspension stuff. So I'm going to clean it up. So I'm not just going to hack this out and leave it. I'm going to kind of flare it out a little bit and make it look like it was born that way. And yeah, I'll clean up all the surface rust and get this thing in epoxy. Both of them. That's bent. Fix that right now. I will. Anyway, so that's where I'm at on this. And I'm going to start stripping it and cleaning it up. Okay, well that was a dirty job. Anyway, so I cut out a piece. I'm gonna fit it in. I think I'm gonna tack it in place, see how it looks on the truck, and then we'll finish it off. So yeah, I think it'll be all right. Okay, we'll check it out. See what we got. Okay, so you may have noticed I was kind of spinning my little cart around. That was to take advantage of the natural light from outside. And the reason I have so much natural light from outside is the big door is open. This is the end of October. This is unheard of. I think this is the first time ever in the 10 years that I've been here. And I also scrounged around all the parts that I need for this truck that I have from the back. So before the snow flies, this stuff's got to come in. I got a nice set of running boards. Are decent anyway. Very workable. It's the rest of my box. There's the seat frame I'd pulled out. And then for for rear fenders, well, the pickings are pretty slim. I have 2 lefts and 1 right, and they're all beat to hell. Yeah, I have put an ad in to see if I can line up a couple of more or better fenders, and no response yet. So I may have to work with these. You know, you can see where it's tore up. It's been burned off here. This was burned off the running boards or whatever. Wouldn't let go. Also, those spare tire wells, you know, the spare tires on the side of the box, and kind of fits in that dip or dimple. I'm going to eliminate that. I want just a nice round fender. So I'm going to give it another couple of days, and hopefully somebody comes through with some fenders for me. If not, well, we'll get on these. That's the way it is. So yeah, I put this in place. Just kind of stuck a bolt in here. Didn't bolt it together or anything. It's just stuck in there. And I think this is going to work out okay for me. It's fairly clean looking. But now I have to build it down to the frame and close it in. And from out here, you can see what I mean. So these measurements are all different. I've written them on the inner fender already. So I got to cut out a bunch of pieces and weld them in there. I don't know. I might be able to do it in one piece. We'll see. And at the same time, I'm also going to start putty work on the roof and back of the cab, and the fenders already have putty work done. but there's a couple of touch-ups and get them ready for regular high build primer. Same with the hood. But there's been no putty work done at all on the cab itself. So I can start with the roof while it's sitting down low on the frame, and because you know, I can set up a little plank or something back here and it'll be easy to work on. So that's where I'm at. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, I know, but sometimes that's how I roll. Okay, so they say you don't have to scuff this epoxy before you put the filler on, but I always do anyway. I figure, yeah, it's only a couple of minutes and gives it something more to bond to, in my opinion. A lot of guys don't bother and just go ahead and putty it, but I always scuff it up real quick. There's really not a whole lot of putty work to do up here anyway. There's a couple of dings, little ones, and then where I welded into, you know, they had a bunch of lights sticking on the roof like farmers used to do. So I welded those in, so that's got to be skimmed out. But other than that, not bad. Okay, so I'll blow that off and then I'll mix up a batch of putty and we'll get that on there. Okay, mixed up a batch of putty. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to do up here, but as I get a jump on it. Ugh. One more spot. And I got a little bit left. I'm going to run back here and touch up those fenders. And that's it for that. Okay, so just show you, there's not a ton of filler work on here. Like I said, there was a set of lights here on each corner, and then towards the back as well, another set of lights, and they were bolted through. So you know, I filled those holes. So it's not bad, and you know, there's a couple of spots there. Oh, I see another one that I missed right here, little one. That's about it for there. It'll need a second shot anyway. And then just the one fender needed a couple of touch-ups, so I got those. That one seems to be fine. I ran my hand over it, didn't feel anything, so we'll see. Anyway, got a good start on that, and we'll carry on. Now I'm going to get back on this here and start cutting out some metal. Okay, so that wraps up today's video. I'm going to get a bunch of metal cut out. I'm going to do I'm also going to notch out the other side, the right side inner fender, and get that done. Same basic idea. I just wanted to get a feel for how it's going to look and how much work is involved. More work than I'd like, but you know, it is what it is. Because I want to get those things sprayed in epoxy, like I said, so that I can assemble the front clip and see if everything's going to fit okay. You know, after seeing the fitment on the doors, I'm kind of nervous, but hopefully it'll work out okay. And then once I get those, like I said, sprayed in epoxy and get those door gaps where I did work on them and get them in epoxy as well, I can really go to town on the putty work on the cab and get it finished up. So that's the goal, and yeah, I'm gonna get after that. Also, you see how rough those fenders are. Still haven't gotten word from anybody if there's a set out there. Hoping, we'll see. I'll give it another week. But anyway, new subscribers, whole bunch. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you know, I gotta tell you honestly, I know I'm kind of jumping around in this video a little bit, but I'm kind of distracted by the weather, to be honest with you. I mean, this is unheard of at the end of October. You know, having a big door open, what? Never happens. So you know, I'm always poking around out in the yard, trying to take advantage of the weather, and I've run out of things to do out there, but I'm still poking around because I'm just enjoying the weather. So I apologize if I seem like I'm hopping all over the place, but it is what it is. Pretty soon I'll be hopping on a shovel and moving snow around, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much, new subscribers. You know, thanks to you guys. Tell your buddies, tell your chums, and you know, spread the word around. It's going good. And yeah, if you don't do anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.